Hi, you're tuned into the Raging Aggron channel, and I'm your host, Djingis. I almost messed up my own intro. Wow, this is a bad day for me. So this is my team, the Colorado Aggrons, the last kill in the last team in the Ula Ula division on the Moon Conference. And I'm really happy with my team, though I had some things that a lot of snipes, mostly water types that got sniped for me, so I had to pick another water type to see later. So my extra pick is Garchomp, that's the tier 1. I decided to try to draft the Manaphy first off, and if I got Manaphy I would have drafted Megalopan instead of Mega Aggron. But now I got Garchomp, and then I felt like, well, I can just go with Aggron instead as my Mega, but I'm just going to talk here. So Garchomp is an extremely powerful Pokemon. Choice Banded, Choice Scarfed, bulky. You can run it in so many different ways, and it's a threat no matter how you run it, because this thing can set up Swords Dances and Dragon Dances in your face. And you don't want it to do that, because then it will destroy your team. And that's scary. Believe me, that's really, really scary for most teams. Garchomp is also one of those Pokemon driving around 4 times with eyes. But since it's 1 or 2 speed, it actually outspeed a lot of things. Not everything, but a lot of things. And if you run Scarf or Dragon Dance, you will outspeed about 85 to 90% of all Pokemons, if not more, that are drafted. So Garchomp, I'm really happy with getting Garchomp, and I had a wheel pick, so guaranteed to get my Mega. And my Mega was Mega Aggron, because as I said, if I got Manaphy, I would have picked Megalopan, and the rest of the team would pretty much have been the same after that. But I really wanted a good Mega. I really wanted a defensive or offensive one, and Mega Aggron is actually both, with base 130 attack that is higher than Lopunny, but it doesn't have the same possible attacks and scrappy and so on. So this is more defensive Mega for me, and I really like Mega Aggron. Aggron is my favorite Pokemon, as you may know, so I'm really happy with this, that I could scoop it up. It will hit hard, it has great defenses, it's really hard to take down, and I'm extremely happy with the set. With this Pokemon, that I could pick it up. And Stealth Rocker, you can run it offensive, you can run it with Atotomize, Rock Polish. I think it gets Atotomize at least. Rock Polish, I know it does. It gets Atotomize. Heavy Slam for Fairies, Iron Head, Head Smash, Earthquake, Aqua Tail. As you can see, that you can even run it very especially offensive with Ancient Power and try to get boosts. So this is a very, very cool Pokemon to have on the team. I'm really happy with it. And then I had to wait for 30 picks until I could draft next time. And in tier 1, I mean, in the S tier, Tentacruel was one. In the S tier, Tentacruel disappeared for me, so that got sniped. Manaphy got sniped. Tentacruel is tier 1, of course, but someone picked it up in S tier, because you can do that. And then I just said, okay, but if I just can get something like Suicune, I'm fine. Same moment I thought that, Suicune disappeared from the board. So I'm left here with no good bulky water types in tier 1. And my backups were Suicune, Jellicent, and my last backup was Wishy-Washy. So I had, okay, I need Suicune, I really, really, yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, just pick it up. Sniped again. So here we had Weavile. I'm actually really happy that it dropped, because this gave me the best offensive typings in the game, in my opinion. Dark Ice is extremely good offensive typings. It hits extremely hard, it's fast. Knockoff is extremely good in the format. Priority Ice is really good, because there are a lot of quad ice weaknesses. Not on my side, but in overall. And this thing hits like a truck. With Rocks Up, it actually one-hit KOs most things on the neutral side if you are max adamant choice banded. That's really, really scary. So I really, really like the Weavile pick. It has pressure, it has pickpock. Pressure is of course a really, really good ability to have. Just whittle the opponent down with their PPs. Then we have Porygon 2 here. So I wanted Porygon 2 and I was so happy that I was to get a wheel pick. So I managed to get Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is, I don't need to talk too much about Porygon 2 because you all know that it's a bulky Eviolite user that you just don't give a shit about Porygon 2. Rather, Porygon 2 doesn't give a shit about you. It takes your hit and deal damage back, recover it off. It's a great Pokemon, I really like it. And it doesn't really need to have an Eviolite to be extremely bulky, as you can see in those stats. It's still extremely bulky. So this is a really good Pokemon to have. Trace, Download, Analytic are great moves, are great abilities to have, depending on how you want to run your Porygon 2. Then we have my Crystal user, Gardevoir. So when I said that Gardevoir was my Crystal user, a lot of people thought that it was... I mean, why Crystal? Why Gardevoir? You have a Garchomp, you have a Weavile. Why not one of them? But for me it's like, I only have one good special attacker that I can bring a lot of time, and it's my only Fairy, and it's my only Psychic type, if I remember correctly. So I really need this thing to hit as hard as possible, therefore this is my Sea Crystal user. It's kind of fast, it's kind of bulky as well on the special side, not very much on the physical side. It has a great special attack stat. Synchronize is really good, together with Trace and Telepathy. Telepathy doesn't really matter here, but Trace is a pretty good one as well. Synchronize is really good. Okay, HP stat can be extremely bulky, extremely offensive Pokemon. It will destroy most teams. If you get the Calm Mind up, you will destroy most teams. So this is really good Pokemon to have. You can use in so many different ways. Then we have Chatot, and I just managed to pick this up. I was really happy, because Chatot for me is one of those Pokemon that are very rarely slept on. This is the hardest hitting Boom Burst in the game. And this is just extreme Pokemon to have. Specs Boom Burst from this thing is extremely hard to take down. And even if you're not Specs, it will still hurt a lot, that Boom Burst. So yeah, this is a really good Pokemon for me to have. I'm very happy that I got it, and I'm really happy that I actually can use it. So the only thing that I'm really worried about here is my fighting weakness, because I have Aggron, Weavile, Porygon that are weak to fighting, and then Chatot is neutral, and Gardevoir doesn't really want to take a fighting type hit. So, and it didn't really patch it up that well in my opinion. Not at all, rather. Because here we have my water type, Wishy-Washy. It's extremely bulky. I'm so happy that I got Wishy-Washy because it's so bulky. And it's still pretty offensive, and it can do extremely well. The only problem here is schooling. So I need to keep this thing over 25% all the time. So that's why I was so happy that I could pick up Gardevoir, because I can Wish Pass into Wishy-Washy. And that's extremely good. It's one of the best water types in the format. It can be one of the best water types in the format if it wasn't for schooling. And I'm really happy that I picked it up. I really hope that it can put in some work as well. Then I snapped a lot of people in the 5th round when I drafted Kecleon. So I drafted Kecleon because of color change and Protean, because I really need those two abilities so I can get Ghost. So I can get whatever I need it to be, and I'm just gonna run this Pokemon most of the time. As you can see, extreme special defense, good defense as well, and this is just an extremely good Pokemon to have. I'm pretty sure it gets Stealth as well. Yeah, so I'm getting that off from from both Garchomp and Aggrons, so I can run something else on. So I can run that Kecleon as well. I'm not going to talk too much about Kecleon because we all know what it really can do. Then we have Gourgeist. I'm so happy that I picked up Gourgeist, because I get all 4 type things, all 4 sets of Gourgeist. With Pickup, Frisk. I mean, Frisk is the item you're going to see most of the time. Item, no ability, because it's extremely good to know what set your opponents are bringing. And it's extremely defensive, and with the right setup, it can actually stall out the whole team. I'm really happy with this bit. It's a Ghost type, and it gives me resistance to fighting, which I needed. And I don't really have a fire weakness, in my opinion, so I'm really happy with that. Then I actually managed to pick up Mandibuzz next turn, and Mandibuzz for me is one of the bulkiest dark types out there, and it's a bulky firing type as well. And it can actually hit pretty hard as well. It has Defog, which will help it tremendously. It's good overall, and just send in and try to absorb hits. This would be really fun to use. I haven't used it that much, but I'm really fond of it now that I see it and I'm run some calcs. So this would be really fun to have. I'm not going to talk too much more about Mandibles because we all know how bulky it is. Then we have Cofagrigus. So Cofagrigus is another ghost type. It has Mummy, which is the best response in my opinion to Megalopony. This is so good. This, I mean, I only drafted Cofagrigus to be able to deal with Megalopony. I'm just gonna say it now because I don't care if he knows it. Cofagrigus is my only answer to Megalopony. And I'm really scared of that thing. I have to face the two hardest hitting fighting types, the two hardest hitting megas, fighting megas in the game, and I needed something to deal with both of them pretty well. So Cofagrigus is my only option to deal with Megalopony. And this is really fun. It's extremely bulky once again. I have a very bulky team. I like to run that. It's not directly stalled, it's bulky offense more for me, I feel like. But this is, I really like this pickup. It will hit hard, it can sweep a team with just a Cold Mind up. And it's really good. Sadly, Pain Split is the only good form of recovery for Cofagrigus. But still, yeah, I feel really happy with Cofagrigus with that bring. And then last, I picked up Slacking. So the reason behind Slacking is that it's bulky, it has a great physical attack stat, and I force my opponent to bring Protect on all its Pokemon, getting rid of one slot. Because if I bring Slacking and he don't have Protect on all of his Pokemon, Slacking will destroy his team. Because I can't switch in against Slacking. You can't. Base 150 attack, if I ban that, I will hit almost as hard as what is face? QRMB. I hit just as hard as Hoop Unbound with this thing, and I have no reason to run any EVs and speed because this is just such a bulky Pokemon. So I can run Adamant all week, every day, and I will hit extremely hard. And if you don't have Protect, you're going to get swept by Slacking. Whoops! And yeah, this is just like, I'm really happy with picking up Slacking. A lot of the other coaches didn't even think of Slacking, I feel like. I kind of forgot it. I drafted it more so just to see like, okay, Slacking can work in this format, I'm gonna show you how. And remember, you have to bring Protect on all your Pokemon because otherwise Slacking will run through your team. That's also like a safety measure for me, because if they don't have that on all the Pokemon, they have to switch in Pokemon and that Pokemon will die most of the time. If I predict the right Pokemon to come in, it will die. So this is my team. I just went through it pretty quick. I might do another recap that I talk about it a bit more, but you will have all the team builders, so I will talk about pretty much everything they how I feel about the Pokemons. This is my team, and I must say that this division is extremely stacked. This is maybe the most stacked division in the whole league. It has 4 extremely good teams and extremely good coaches as well. So this will be really fun. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Djingis, and I will see you next time.